All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Precision Hoops. We're going to do our favorite basketball movies on today's episode. Real first, let's just go around and introduce everybody as usual. Hoop God, how you doing today?
Fantastic.
Good. Speeding, how you doing?
Beautiful, gentlemen.
All right. I'm doing good as well. You know how we do the intro. We kind of just get into it. There's no point in taking too long just to get into it. So does anyone want to go first or lay it out? We kind of talked about we would do maybe like a top three and maybe bring like one okay review or give our maybe expound our thoughts a little more on our particular favorite movie. So whoever maybe wants to start or go first or whoever wants to lead it off.
Since it was Speam's idea, I'm going to let him do the honors. I just hope he didn't steal one or two of my top three. Go ahead, sir.
Top. Oh, all right. A lot of animosity. Not warranted at all. My number one of all time is He Got Game.
Okay.
Followed by, if we're going to do a top three, I have He Got Game, then Above the Rim, and then I would say third is probably Hoosiers. But because it's tough for me, like there's so many like honorable mentions that never get spoken of. Like I feel like Eddie, Sunset Park, Love and Basketball, Air Up There, specifically The Sixth Man, I feel like doesn't get talked about enough as not just like a good basketball film, but like you don't have a soul if that movie doesn't make you feel a way about either basketball or family. And I don't even think Marlon Wayans is all that funny. But I'll be damned if I didn't think he was a basketball player that lost his brother due to a heart condition, and his brother came back and haunted him. As far as I'm concerned, that's a documentary. So, uh,
I
those are
totally
honorable
forgot
mentions.
about that movie. I totally forgot about that movie. That's a sneaky good one.
That's what I'm saying. But it's a
Yeah.
quality. It's very under the radar. It's not like it's not Mozart. It's not art. But I'll be damned if it's not a fantastic story. So I will pass the rock to either one of you.
So I already had this suspicion that Above the Rim was going to come off and He Got Game, which are phenomenal. I mean, when you say basketball movies, I don't think it gets any better than those two. So I already had a few more in mind. So my three: Glory Road, Coach Carter, and definitely Sunset Park. So when I'm looking at Glory Road, like we know the racial tension and all those factors that were at play, but what I do like is that the coach had to show those players, hey, I didn't just come get you just because for whatever reason. I want you because I know you guys can play and I know what your potential is. And I want to ultimately get you there, right? Because when, like you said, if you watch those movies and you don't have that inner feeling, that good, what is it, those positive endorphins, then something is wrong with
Mm-hmm.
you. Because I know
Mm-hmm.
for a fact there were several plays in that movie, like basketball and non-basketball, just kind of like, hey, it kind of touches you, like just because we're men, we don't have to be, super macho masculine all the time. Unfortunately, I had to learn that, from a paramour. But yeah, I
Nice
really
try.
like how Glory Road played out, especially in the championship game, because when you hear Pat Riley speaking on it, it kind of gives you a little bit more insight. Now with Coach Carter, right? That's my guy.
Whew.
Because you talk about authoritarian, disciplinarian, accountability. Like, I wish I could have played for Coach Carter because I'm like,
He
he
changed
set
my
the
life.
precedent. He set the precedent from day one with I can't think of the little buddy but the one that could shoot real good.
The Spanish dude.
Yeah. And he tried, he pretty much like tried to challenge him. And hey, see, I look at it like this: you only have one opportunity, right, to set the precedent and establish your boundaries. Because if you don't, then they're just gonna punk you and walk all over you. So when he tried it, not only did he grab him up and then put him in that half Nelson and put his head up against the wall, he was like, "Teachers ain't supposed to be touching students." He said, "I'm not your teacher.
Not your teacher.
I'm your basketball coach." I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. You let it be known, hey, don't try me, okay? Because believe me, you gonna regret it. And the fact, that man had them dudes running 1,000 suicides and 2,500 push-ups. Like, I know damn well, cardiovascular wise, nobody was touching them dudes. He had them
Mm-mm.
dudes optimal level. I'm talking about he had them on Reggie Miller, Richard Hamilton, Steph Curry type of cardio. Like, dog, like watching that movie make me like, man, I need to get out here and run. And then Sunset Park, you just have to be from that environment, man, to understand that movie. So those are my three. I'm gonna go ahead and send the no look pass, over to Nick. Magic
Nick,
Johnson
before you
style.
go, I
Yeah,
forgot
go ahead.
one, and that's White Men Can't Jump. And the reason I don't remember if I mentioned that real quick. The reason I have that so high is because that movie doesn't care about racist jokes, xenophobic jokes, anti-Semitic jokes. It's all about basketball and the actual culture of basketball and hustling. And there's no everything is above board. You know what I mean? Like you can do and say what you want. That movie was bigger than basketball. Sorry, go ahead. I wanted to get that
Yeah,
off
for
because I did
sure.
forget.
Yeah, so I had a tier one. I had a top five. I just
That's
thought
smart.
any movies, which maybe sorry if I'm changing the rules on you,
No,
but
that's smart.
Oh no, go ahead.
you guys also mentioned them all already, except for one, I think. So in
I
no
blame
particular
Steve.
order, I also have He Got Game. That's one of my favorite movies. The tension between him and his dad. If anyone's ever come up and played the game, whether it was your dad or a coach or a bigger brother or whatever, right? Everyone can kind of relate to that. They train you to beat them, and the day you beat them is actually the day you start, right? And you think you've achieved something, and really they've just done their job to like make you better than them, right? And that's always a good story. White Men Can't Jump as well. It's just a good movie. It's one of those ones you could put on in the background. You could watch it all the time. It's always just kind of a good flick. Hoosiers, of course, the classic every kid watches. I feel like that's every kid's first basketball movie that they watch based on a true story, which makes it even more compelling. And for those who don't know, I don't think they do it like this anymore, but in Indiana, the high school tournament was just if you won your district, you went into the giant pool. So this was essentially like I'm from Texas, so we have 1A. I don't know if it's the same in every state. This would be like a 1A beating a 5A in the state championship, essentially, right? Very cool story, right? Gene Hackman does an awesome job. I have Space Jam in my tier 1. Now,
not mad at
no, it's not because I'm a Jordan fanboy, right? When I was growing up, I'm 36, right? This was a big deal when it came out. It was huge. I bought the soundtrack. I was just today singing at work, I Believe I Can Fly. If you were to put me on the spot for $1 million and you say, just sing the first song that comes to your head, it is that song every time. I don't know why, but I sing it. It's like the one song I sing all the time, right? Whether I'm at work or what have you, or if I just start humming a tune, that's the first tune, right? And then if I want to think of another song, I'll sing it. But the soundtrack, man, Basketball Jones, the Space Jam theme song, like as a kid, man, that movie was everything, right? It was so cool. It was kind of an original thought process. There were other stars in it, like Sean Bradley, and I was a Maverick, so that was also a little cool to me, but that wasn't really why. But it was just a good movie, man. It was kind of original in terms of the animation and all the things it tried to do. Yeah, it was a little goofy. It was a little ham-fisted. It was a little cheesy, but it was just cool, man. It was just a cool movie as a kid, and I think it's just like a good – you can watch that movie again, like with your kids right now, and it would still be like a good movie, right? And then the last one is Finding Forrester. I saw this one as a kid as well. It is not so heavy on the basketball side, I admit that, but it is still a good story in general. Sean Connery and I forget the other guy's name. I probably should know, but he does a good job as well. He's a famous actor. He's been in a ton of stuff.
That's not Derek Luke, is it?
Oh man, hang on. Rob Brown? No, Rob Brown.
Okay.
He does a good job as well. Like Busta's in it, Busta Rhymes, like it was a good movie, a good story. Like it was kind of gritty a little bit. Maybe not so much on the racial tensions, but I thought Sean Connery and Sam Brown kind of did that without doing it right. Sean Connery is this guy who lives in a nice apartment. He's a former famous writer. And Rob Brown, of course, he's kind of the kid from the streets who he got into a private school, right? And so they're both like have the stereotype of each other in a way that's they say it kind of without saying it. And of course they both end up having like a good relationship in the end. And like the scene where they go watch the ball game, the Knicks game, I thought was really cool. But yeah, like those are my top 5. And I have a few maybe we can talk about, but if we maybe want to expound on our favorites, he got game. I could talk about as like a plot line. I could talk about that one for days.
Let me give you a factoid real quick. And just for context, I'm not a drinker. This cup is full mostly of Hennessy, since like stereotypes are what pays. And I'm being intentional with not trying to mention LeBron James because that's a consistent complaint that's all people talk about. So every time I mention him after this, I am going to take a significant drink of this, and we're just going to see how that goes. Just because that's what consequence looks like. A lot of people don't know that. I will say that, get this, I got it here. The budget for the original Space Jam, $80 million. Do you know what Space Jam brought in back then? $250 million.
I was gonna say 250.
Right. Yeah. Also,
go ahead.
Oh, real quick, Nick, for your benefit, you may want to stop singing R. Kelly. Just
I know, but it is a good.
You know what I mean? It might be toxic to do that.
Can we not separate the artist from the man though?
This was also a long time ago, right? Yeah, it's not even a recent song.
Don't get follow a timeline. I mean, some of that nasty stuff would have been happening back then.
Robert Kelly deserves what he gets, but I'm like, the artist though, like that's a timeless classic.
Yeah, it's different if you hit somebody with a car and you have a bunch of smashed shingles versus having a what he has, which I'm not even going to talk about. So $250 million on an $80 million budget. Okay. Space Jam 2 grossed $163 million on a $150 million budget.
Are you serious?
So yeah, I had to
That's
double take
crazy.
that. So just something, just putting that bee in your bonnet.
That's crazy.
Celtic Pride, nobody talked about. An
I have a
amazing
few
movie.
others here, and that one's on my list.
Oh,
yes.
that's great.
I have a funny story whenever you're done.
Cool. No, listen, I can go right into it. That movie used to come on Stars like every day, and I used to have it memorized. Damon Wayans was Stacy. What the hell was his name? Not Stacy. Stacy was the dude from Eddie. Whatever his name was. And even then, he had Space Jams on in that. Well, he had Concords. He had Jordans on in that movie. So that's how far that reach was. But Celtic Pride was amazing. And it basically taught what Charles Barkley was trying to say. I'm not a role model. And he says, I don't want to raise your kids. Like that's if more people operated like that with that level of transparency, we'd be in a better place. But since that's your movie and you have a story, go ahead. I just wanted to mention it because none of us did. And it's great, man. Daniel Stern and what's the Ghostbuster? Dan Aykroyd. Just like absolutely killing it. But yeah, go ahead with your story. I'm definitely
it's not in my tier 1 or anything, but I did write it down. So this is back in the days of Blockbuster, right? And me and my dad go to rent a movie, and this is like VHS. And like, so we're kind of looking for something to watch. And my dad's of course like a big basketball guy, Boston Celtic fan when he was growing up. And so he sees it and he's like, "Oh, this looks like a comedy. That's the guy from Home Alone." Like he just kind of rented it. And so it's on, we're kind of watching it, and it's like one cuss word, and he's like, I'll let it go. We'll see where it goes. 2 cuss words, 3 cuss words. And he's like, all right, that's enough. I was like real young at the time. Like it was inappropriate. Right. And he was just like, all right, that's enough. And then that was always a funny story whenever I eventually did watch it. But that was my intro to Celtic Pride. I was like way too young to see it at the time. My dad made a mistake at Blockbuster.
Blockbuster, man, that's timeless.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Having to pick the box with the VHS behind it, otherwise it's sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
Those were the days. Did either of you mention Love and Basketball?
I did not. I thought about putting it down, but I just didn't really vibe with like me and what I thought of as a basketball movie. Still a good movie though.
I was just about to get to that. I was going to mention.
Go for it. I'm not. Don't let me steal your thunder. Don't let me leave you thunderstruck.
No. Okay. So outside of the obvious, like we know what it tailored around. Two childhood friends and dated and all. They ultimately come around full circle. No, I'm gonna tell you something else that stood out to me. I forgot his name, but Q's dad, when he got caught up in the scandal, he was like, about the one chick, like, some chick been hanging around, and all of a sudden I'm supposed to be the father. He pretty much broke it down. That's the NBA. He said, you got groupies everywhere, right? He said, when you get to the hotel, you got 10 of them outside the bedroom. He said, when you get to your room, the boldest one is already waiting on you. Eventually, it's just a part of the game. I like the fact that they put that in there because that's literally what goes on. And for these people to just be naive out here and to think, this particular player, like you mentioned, oh, he's a great father, a great husband. Like,
don't get me started, man.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Okay.
You really think that his teammates are getting all these groupies and he's just going to check into his hotel and just call.
He's doing the right thing.
Fuck out of here. So I like that they put that there because I feel like that was significant, especially for the time period that I grew up in. Because if I'm not mistaken, we're all from the 80s. And I'm like, see, I appreciated the raw realness because now it's kind of like outside of the Celtics winning time little docuseries, they're watering everything down. They're not giving you that authenticity, that we saw like firsthand. And not to digress, wrestling, prime example. When I mention these names, they're going to resonate. Stone Cold Steve Austin, HBK, The Rock. Okay. I saw these guys in full time. DX, of course, it got so bad we couldn't do the chop crotch at school. I was like, hey, you do that, you're going home. That's
right. You get suspended, exactly.
Right. And then we couldn't wear Stone Cold shirts because of the vulgar, the bird or the beers or what, couldn't do it, right? Now, we could talk like The Rock. We couldn't use his colorful language. But the point I'm making is, at that time when they were making these movies, it was real, and I appreciate that. It's like now when I watch this, I'm looking for the realness, and I'm kind of like, this not even PG-13. Like, this is like PG-9. Like, what am I looking at? Like, But there's another one that we didn't mention. I got to know, where do y'all rank it? Because it's kind of like,
what is it?
Uncle Drew.
All right.
I didn't put that one.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it, so I can't speak to it. I heard it's not terrible though.
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. But if you put it like this, if you're having a bad day, please watch that movie. You won't have.
Where do we have Air Bud? I think that's really what the people want to know.
I was just thinking that
must be top.
It's
5.
in my top. I can't put a number to it. But
I'll put him at 10.
What's that?
I'm gonna put mine. I'm gonna put Air Bud for me at 10. He needs to be in the top 10.
It's in my top 10, no question.
Gotta be
the
top.
idea of a dog dominating a basketball court. It was
sprung on so many sequels, right? Air Bud football, Air Bud baseball. I don't even know.
There was
volleyball.
an ice skating one. Yo, they treated that dog like shit. Dogs aren't meant to do all that. Ice skating, playing basketball.
Anybody mention Like Mike?
Yeah, I have it written down here.
That's not a real movie.
Yeah, I kind of had it as a joke.
Hey, well, Speem, I tell you what.
As a joke.
We seen Space Jam 2, how horrible that was. I'm glad they don't have a Like LeBron, because there's nothing. It's gonna be number flopping and joining super teams and that. So yeah, I don't.
Oh, I got a drink. Yeah. I'm gonna do it for every time you guys mention it too. That way I'll get.
Speem, you mentioned Air up there, right?
Oh my gosh, that's like that's kind of what sparked this whole topic.
Yeah,
for me.
And then I also had Joanna Man and Semi Pro down.
So interestingly enough, you can't make Joanna Man today without offending a bunch of people, and that's, I can't even share my opinion on that. But
Joanna Man has a better jump shot than that guy from Akron.
That actor's name is he's been in so many movies. He was freaking DJ in Street Fighter. No, Joanna Man was the same dude that played DJ in Street Fighter.
He played in. He played in. He played in. Damn. Thin Line Between Love and Hate. That's the guy that Martin was.
Right, exactly. And that's a great movie, and I like that I don't want to spoil anything, but it doesn't exactly go everywhere you think it can go. I also don't think What's Her Face can play basketball in real life. Fine ass What's Her Face? Damn it, what's her name? What's the chick in that movie?
Vivica Fox.
Vivica A. Fox. Yeah. I refuse to believe she can play basketball.
What was it rated? That's what I was wondering. PG-13.
PG-13, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Joanna Man's up there for sure. Uncut Gems, nobody mentioned. And
Eddie, my God, dude. That
mentioned.
Movie gives me the worst anxiety. Watching him just double down and double down and double down. I'm just watching it like, no,
sit down.
Don't do that.
And then it's like, and for the audience, if you have not seen Uncut Gems, because you have Adam Sandler's Goofy, and he puts out goofy content. Uncut Gems, to your point, Nick, it keeps your heart beating that entire time. And I'm like, why? Why do I even care? Why am I invested? Kevin Garnett's a terrible actor. I don't care about any of this. But Adam Sandler breaks my heart every 5 minutes.
Hey,
dude, that's good acting too. And I'm just like, I'm so into the character. I'm like, stop it. Stop. Yeah.
Hey, so this is going to be a little bit of more of our generation.
I knew Rex was going to make.
Do you guys consider the And1 mixtapes?
I have all of them on DVD. I got them around here somewhere.
Yo, that is ultimately, like, don't get me wrong. I was always inspired by MJ, Kobe, Iverson, all those guys. But when they brought the mixtapes, I'm like, yo, let me do some of this.
I did all that shit. I did all of it. Carrying, throwing it off people's heads. I would do it in game and nobody would say anything. Because that was just the accepted norm. But you know what's wild is with all that dribbling, at least they were trying to score. At least they weren't trying to draw fouls and piss and moan. And
wait a minute, watch this. Hold on. Y'all gonna like this. Watch this. Do you guys know that Skip to Malou played on that Orlando Magic team in 2009 that defeated the Cavs, that featured the MVP and went to the finals?
Skip to my loose, smacked what's his face in the back of the head and knocked his headband off.
Eddie House.
Eddie
Eddie
House.
House.
Yeah.
So somewhere there was like even some videos that came out before and one. I'm trying to remember what they're called. I have them somewhere around here. It's like Street Hoops or something like that. It was like a 4-part DVD, and like Stephen Marbury was in it. It's like it's like pretty bad production, to be honest with you. But I remember having that as a kid as well.
Was that like him and Sebastian Telfair, all those Coney Island guys?
Yeah, there was like it was him, and that's where they were kind of shooting it from. But they largely were like just talking about street ball in general. And so Stephen Marbury, he was kind of flashy at the time. He was kind of hosting it or something.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what it was called though, but
let me know. I'm definitely curious. Stephen Marbury doesn't get talked about enough. As somebody that he didn't reach his peak, but damn it, man, he could ball.
Slam from the Street, that's what it was called.
Is that from Slam the magazine?
No, I don't think so. But it's from the guys who made Michael Jordan to the Max, and I remember that's what made me buy it because I was like, oh well,
yeah,
like maybe this will be good, but the production quality's not that good. But
yeah,
still cool.
MJ got he got like what Come Fly With Me, Michael Jordan's Playground, and I forgot it's 3 of them because I bought them.
Movies?
Like they're on DVD.
That's
I remember having Jordan to the Max. I remember having that one. I probably got that for like Christmas or something.
Let me look that up real quick.
What's the basis of those? I've never even heard of any of that.
No,
Slam
they were
from
like
the Street?
NBA classics or something.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like they're showing their trajectory into the NBA, but at the same time, they're asking him questions, and he's explaining like what happened in this situation because he was going through his trials and travails with the Pistons. And then ultimately, when he got to the finals and defeated the Lakers, but I'm looking it up. Let me.
So while Rex is here, I was gonna say while Rex is here, we could mention the TV series. He talked about The White Shadow, which I had never heard about. White Shadow is an American drama television series starring Ken Howard that ran on CBS from 1978 to 1981 about a white former pro player who takes a coaching basketball job at an impoverished urban high school with a racially mixed basketball team. Although the lead actor, Howard, was white, the series broke new ground as the first television ensemble drama to feature a mostly African-American cast, with the African-American actors playing the high school principal, vice principal, majority of the basketball players, and other supporting roles. And then, it has some other stuff they talked about that doesn't really have to do with basketball, but it kind of now sours me on Coach Carter. I'm like, what the fuck? They just reversed it almost kind of in a way.
Okay, isn't that always the way though?
So it's Michael Jordan, Come Fly With Me. It's Michael Jordan, Airtime, and then it's Michael Jordan, Above and Beyond. Now these are a part of the NBA Hardwood Classics. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yes, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I bought all of them like when I was a kid. So I know I got them.
Either of y'all seen The Way Back?
That's Ben. What's his face, right? I have not.
I haven't seen it either.
I heard it's decent. I heard that.
It was really good.
You guys mentioned Glory Road earlier. It's decent. It's funny because there's like a stigma attached to the idea of like I'm not. This isn't my term, but like the quote unquote white savior coming in to save the impoverished, inner city basketball team. And it's been happening for forever.
Is that what that one is though?
I don't know that. I'm only assuming, but you got your Sunset Parks and your Glory Roads and you're Finding Foresters, anything like that. And it's like, there's this negative connotation to it, even if it's historically accurate. But you really, other than Coach Carter, you do not see the reverse of that almost ever.
Yeah, so it says here he goes back to his alma mater. So I don't know if there's like a big racial thing there. Doesn't seem like it, but I haven't seen it.
No. And to your point, Hoop Scott, when we see these like productions today, like the Insider, Hard Knocks basketball, it's like, this ain't real. It's all production. I refuse to believe Trae Young got in a shouting match with somebody on the street, and that's like real raw footage. I can't imagine that happened. Someone would just pick his ass up and throw him somewhere.
Yeah,
Like
they're
I
acting
just
right. It's not real. No, these dudes
it's
act.
right. But like back then, even something like Sunset Park, you got what's his face? The dude that thinks he solved math. Howard. Terrence Howard. You
Yeah,
got
I know
Terrence
you're talking
Howard
about.
fighting that rapper. I'm so bad with names. That rapper, that bald dude
Say,
that looks like
man, he ain't want no
skinny Ja
issue with it.
Rule.
He ain't want no
Uh
issue with it.
anyway, right. And it's like that looked real to me. It looked like they were really fighting. Like there was an issue on set. I bought that. You know what I mean?
Rick,
But
come
these
on up and
days,
join us, sir.
who's this?
I think he said
Oh,
he'd be here just for a little bit.
No, hey,
oh.
listen. Rex, I'd love to hear his perspective just because he's coming from a different place. And
Hey, so wait,
I,
let me ask you. So
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
let me ask you guys real quick. It's on Netflix. What do you guys think about the Bill Russell docuseries? Because I would say the little bit. I think I had like a moderate amount of information on Bill Russell, but once I watched that docuseries, it like gave me more insight and like made me dig a little further. Like Paul's No Diddy,
I haven't
because
seen it, but I'm writing it down right now.
okay, because
Jesus, man.
this is what I like about the
All right.
docuseries. It detailed how Bill Russell could adjust to what the team needed, right? Because when I see like okay, Nick, you were there when we had that whole. I think Spam, you were there too when we had that whole blow up when Gilbert Arenas came on, and it's like, yeah, I know
Who's
you just
that?
putting on, yeah, I know you just putting on for the camera, but like talking to other people, it's like, why do you all want Bill Russell to play that you like? It's like they want him to play their type of basketball, and I'm like, no, he played team basketball, because had he played like Wilt Chamberlain, he would not have won 11 freaking championships. When they needed him to score, he scored. As a matter of fact, 2 game 7s, back-to-back finals, he went over 30 points. And he's only, let's see, him, Shaq, Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, and I might be missing somebody else. It's a small group. It's not even 10. So I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me in elimination games, the guy that you all claim, oh, he can't score, but he's giving you 30 points in elimination games. That's telling me that he's scoring. Clearly, he's scoring when the team needs him to score.
Right.
So
It's called
Context.
Bill Russell Legend. It's a
yeah,
two-part.
yeah. It's on Netflix, and I wish they would have
I'm gonna
made it
watch
while he was, still with us. But I'm glad they made that, because I'm like, yo, there is some great information in there. But like, do y'all would consider that a movie as well, since it's on Netflix, or what?
Documentaries so much I didn't really count. I guess I was thinking more of like Hollywood productions, but like Hoosier
Okay.
technically based on a true story, but it's like a theatrical thing, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
Like Blue
yeah,
Chips.
so I don't know, because I would just throw Dirk, all the Dirk movies. There's like 3 or 4 they made after he retired, right? Just because that's what happens if you're like a legend and you retire. But
Didn't Dirk get crossed up by um
yes, I can
Bow
already
Wow?
tell you. Yes, did Dirk get crossed up by
Bow Wow did
somebody?
cross him
Yes.
up, right? Okay, I thought
Who,
that happened.
who was it?
Wasn't it Bow Wow? And like
Did he
Mike?
like at some charity game or something,
I don't I
or in the
I
movie or
don't know.
something?
I feel like Dirk Nowitzki was either in Thunderstruck or Like Mike, because he's
Maybe he
such a
was.
friendly guy and he'll do stuff like that. Because he's like Boban. Like that's why I love Boban so much. He's like he accepts like the fact that he's like this tall, goofy dude, and he just embraces that like personality. All these other basketball players are all stoic and don't have the can't release their ego long enough to look vulnerable.
Yeah.
But that did happen. I'm pretty sure he dunked on him.
Hey, Rex he just took the next movie I was gonna name. Shout out to him. But
What's that?
Rebound, the story about the original GOAT.
Oh, with
Don
freaking what's
Cheadle.
his face? Don Cheadle, who
Yeah.
took Terrence Howard's spot playing War Machine. Man, the world's small.
Yeah. I mean, that movie there, it just tells me that, like, I look at it in my neighborhood, how many Earl Manning goats that didn't get, to the big stage because they were victims of their environment. I mean, yo, this dude literally went up and snatched $1 off the backboard. Now check this out. The coach just wanted him to come to the track meets and jump. You ain't got to practice, bro. Just come jump. Do the long jump, do the high jump. Win first, give us a first place in those divisions. That way we can win the ultimate prize, when you get to the state track meet. He said no, bruh. The teacher letting you smoke He letting you skip class, just do whatever, bro. Just come to the track meets. You can't do that. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no, you
think
can. All Shaq had to do was get what, like a 600 on his SATs in blue chips to play,
I was
and he
just gonna
couldn't even
say
read.
Blue Chips is like the last kind of main one we haven't mentioned.
Okay, so we mentioned Air up there, Hoosiers. Neither of you mentioned Eddie, and I feel like Eddie does not get enough love, especially since it's a movie about the Knicks. And it's got a really big cast.
Yeah, really do. We got what, John Sally,
Yeah, Rick Fox, John
Rick
Sally,
Fox, who else on this?
Malik. Shoot. I guess it wasn't a big cast. Never mind. 2 people, 3 people. Oh, and Whoopi Goldberg. But it doesn't get talked about enough because it's like, all right, let's. You know, it's actually kind of funny. I guess I got a drink. It's not that different from Bronny playing on the Lakers, having Whoopi Goldberg as your coach. I mean, they have the same level of preparedness and whether or not they should be in the role.
I'm trying.
But
It's
I
always
digress.
funny. I see these kind of weird ones that pop up. Like this one has Quantum Hoops at number 11. Have you ever heard of that one?
I've never heard of that.
Who plays in
It's
that?
about a team who had a 259 game losing streak. And I guess they finally won one.
Wait, wasn't there some girls' high school team that had a streak like that a couple years ago?
I'm sure there's schools, that there's a lot of schools probably out there like that.
Yeah, really. Oh, and shout out! Somebody said that Kevin Garnett played what's his face?
Yeah, he played
in that movie.
I
didn't know that,
bro.
What
so
movie?
shout out to who was that?
Rebound, bro. Go look at it. Look how young Kevin Garnett. Just picture KG now, but with no facial hair, no mustache, no beard. Like
That dude's
bro,
out of his mind.
he looked like he was 12 years old.
He's out of his mind. If he was my friend, I wouldn't trust him being near me, even if he has the best intentions. He just makes too many quick knee jerk reactions, and he says too many things. He's unpredictable. He's like that wild card.
Now, I'll give KG credit. When he showed up in the Jamie Foxx show, he did look a little bit more older and mature. But in that rebound, that was his rookie year. So this dude, like, 7 feet tall with the face of a 13-year-old talking smack. Like,
also, go ahead.
I would say this guy, he mentioned something I was going to say is Ray Allen the best actor from the NBA? I guess Shaq kind of almost gets it by default, but
did y'all
Shaq's not a good actor though.
Wait, did y'all know that they originally had that part for Kobe and he turned it down?
Really?
I think I did know that. I knew that.
I forgot his reasoning behind it, but he turned it down, and that's why they went and got Ray Allen. I'm like, bro, can you imagine Kobe and Denzel in a movie? Like, dog, I think we got robbed.
Ray Allen did not do a good job in that movie, in my opinion.
No, he wasn't a good actor, but
no, Denzel.
He's in what I think is like the best like drama of a basketball movie. So I guess like he kind of comes to mind.
Man, Kobe robbed
best drama.
Kobe Bryant.
To me, I think he got game. Like I guess just like from a like, you know, my dad taught me how to play basketball essentially, and like we had a lot of battles in the street and the you know, out in the backyard, right? So that's just one of my favorite movies. Yeah. Obviously not the same breakdown, I understand that, but the whole, you know, like you like wanting to beat your dad or prove your dad wrong or whatever, and then as soon as he beats him, he just hands him the letter to the university, right? And he's just like, you know, you beat me, now what? Like, now what are you gonna do with your life? You know, like I always love that. And
I hated Ray Allen's girlfriend in that movie. I was like, yo, she sucks. Dude. She was bad. Don't get me wrong.
The agent's part of the family and all that shit. Yeah, he's a family friend.
She was trying to trap him down, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, listen, it was clearly a difficult decision for him to make because I would probably go through a similar emotional roller coaster, but. I mean, he wasn't innocent. He was messing with those groupies at the college.
Hey, bro, he ain't tied to nobody. Like, yo,
this you're right. No, you're right. No, you're right. Actually, no. I don't think they ever mentioned being like Facebook official or whatever that
Ray
was
Allen,
back then.
Like, I know Ray Allen's not a great actor. He didn't do a good job per se, but knowing that he's an actual basketball player, a basketball star at that, and sort of seeing him go through what a top high school recruit probably goes through, or whether it's lived up a little bit or not. It just kind of draws you in a little bit because it is Ray Allen. So like, it's almost, even though he's a bad actor, I can kind of look past that. And I just think it's like, holy shit, like this is probably what maybe somewhat happened to Ray Allen or others like him, right, when they were coming up. So yeah, like the whole thing about him trying to decide where to go and all the pressure, like maybe like as an adult, you can understand that better and you just kind of understand it's part of the movie. But as a kid, you watch that and you're like, oh, that's so like, damn, that's next level shit. That's kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're a young boy playing basketball. Like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
2 parts. Now, I know his father, was incarcerated, but customarily, situations like that, the father is present in the young man's life. Okay. Now, I'm just taking a real life scenario based off that situation. The father, like, I would say LeVar Ball. I don't know. Maybe y'all might disagree, but I'm just using him for an example. He's going to know a chick like whatever her name was that he was with, bro. If she really, really, really love you, you ain't got to commit to her. You ain't got to impregnate her. If she's really committed to you, she is going to go along with you no matter what the outcome is. Why? Because the NBA is going to be your livelihood, right? You don't lose sight of what is going to provide you the lifestyle. So I'm saying it to say this. The way she was trying to put the pressure on him is kind of like, hey, yo, wait, we not even like 25 yet. What's the hurry? Let me get to the NBA. Let me get established. Then when I'm like 30, 29, all right, but not right now, right? Because let me focus on this. This is going to provide the future. But what she was trying to do is like psychologically, she was trying to make her the priority versus the NBA, which was going to be a recipe for disaster. Yeah, I know what you mentioned about with the again, just like in love and basketball, that's just a part of the game. They're going to bring you here and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, by the way, hey, come check this out over here. Wait a minute, I got a phone call. They know what they're doing. As soon as you go in that room. Now, granted, if those ladies, quote unquote, perform up to par, then he's probably going to be your star player next season, right?
Yeah, they perform.
Have you guys, the one I saw another one on here that had Teen Wolf as a basketball movie, but
classic.
It
is a basketball movie.
What about Hustle? Have either of you seen that Hustle movie with Adam Sandler? I haven't seen that one yet.
He's the agent to the Spanish basketball player.
I've not. Right? I haven't seen it.
I saw it once. It's good. I think that dude's actually in the league. I feel like he plays for the Raptors now. It's good.
Okay. Adam Sandler stars as a basketball scout for the 76ers who bets it all on an international recruit.
Yeah, Sporting Page. I agree with that. Okay. I agree with your take. That was similar. Denzel and Ray Allen with Kobe and Jelly Bean Bryant. Yeah.
Sporting Page. I'm gonna argue with you. I don't remember Rick Fox being in a He Got Game. You might be confusing him with that Spanish dude that was talking to Jesus Shuttlesworth about how the game works when he parked his car.
Come on up here, man.
When he parked his car and he was telling him about the game and how the ladies are trying to work him. That wasn't Rick Fox. That was I don't remember that actor's name, but he looks like, unless I'm wrong, I don't remember Rick Fox being in He Got Game. To shift gears, I've never seen Thunderstruck. I know KD doesn't seem to have a personality to begin with, so I can't imagine it. And that's he just doesn't seem interested in even like existing or something. I heard it's like one of the worst basketball movies of all time, but I have to say there was a Disney movie with the two girls, twin sisters.
I forgot about that.
And there's like plays in that movie, like there's memes about it. Like they run plays that are let me drink similar to what I've seen in Laker games recently that were laughed at back then.
Wait a minute. Illegal. Wait. Not the next Pat Riley, JJ Rhetoric? The next Pat Riley? Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Mr. Armfold shirt tuck in. That was a joke. Like Mike was a joke to me. Air up there, Kevin Bacon does not get enough credit for literally going to Africa and bringing a better brand of basketball to the States. He doesn't get credit for that. Nobody ever talks about that film. It's so racist. It's like one of the most racist movies ever because it reduces Africa to this continent of people that use sticks and use like cantaloupes as basketballs. And that's so far from the even back then that was so far from the truth. But I'll be damned if it wasn't like a feel good movie. It's like the Jimmy what's his face shake and bake. Like everyone remembers that stupid ass move. And it brought the world together. And neither one of you guys mentioned it. I'm very that was actually kind of surprising to me.
Damn. Rex is right. He mentioned Chuck Connors, who I totally didn't know who that was, but he was the guy who played Gunsmoke, I think. If you
Fucking
guys remember
Guns,
that.
I do. Yeah.
Was
Well,
it
my dad
Gunsmoke?
watched
Let me
it.
make sure I'm saying
My
that
dad
right.
watched fucking Gunsmoke.
Rex,
you ain't helping this old man. These attacks.
He was in the Walt Disney film Old Yeller. That's where I remember him from.
What year did Old Yeller come out?
1957.
I was gonna say 60. Wow. Okay.
I thought it was Gunsmoke. Oh, The Rifleman. That's what it's called. The Rifleman. I remember that show. I remember watching that show as a kid.
I watched. Thank you. In Sporting Page. Yeah, I do remember Rick Fox's role. Now I'm confusing him with the tall Spanish dude that was putting him on game about how females operate. So yeah, thank you for that correction.
Yeah, but this Chuck Connors guy did it all. He went to World War II. He played minor league baseball. He played at Seton Hall. His professional basketball career was only 2 years, it looks like. He's 6'5". He joined the Rochester Royals, now the Sacramento Kings, in the National Basketball League for their 1945-46 championship season. So he even won a trophy. In the 46-47 season, he joined the newly formed Boston Celtics. He became the first pro basketball player to break a backboard.
I see that. I did not know.
He did so during a pregame dunk.
At 6'5"? That's crazy. Yeah. It was
cool.
It was made out of one of those air up there backboards.
If you saw his face, you'd recognize him immediately.
Okay. Wait a minute, Rex. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't tell us about Something to Cheer About.
Something to Cheer About. Is that a movie?
What the hell are you guys talking about? What decade did this stuff come out?
This came out in 2000. It's the story. It's the truth. It has Oscar Robertson on the cover. It came out in 2002.
Interesting.
Where's Dart so he can tell us about
I think this is Oscar Robertson's
autobiography of
his high school and college career, because he's wearing number 12.
And then another one I had was Air. Did y'all see that one?
I haven't seen it yet. I have not. I heard it's great though.
Which one?
Air about Jordan's shoe.
No, I hadn't seen that.
Jordan's shoe arc.
Did both of you mention Above the Rim?
Yeah,
I think it was said. I mean, yeah, that's also another classic.
That I feel like almost it should be part of your training as a basketball player to watch that. Seriously.
Tupac,
I mean, granted, Tupac was ahead of his time with just about everything he did, but he was spitting like the realest things you could say even back then. And there's real heartbreak in that movie. Bernie Mac in that movie is so slept on. And I remember the first time seeing that, I'm like, yo, they stabbed that dude. Spoiler alert. I'm like, yo, he cut him right there. And then you got Leon, who's the first actor I'd ever seen who goes by one name, playing basketball by himself in the middle of the night. And I didn't get it until I saw it in action. I was like, oh, snap. Like, that's that Coach Carter effect. Like, the practice isn't just the shooting and the dribbling. It's like all the stuff that you don't see. And even now, that's like lost upon today's players. So that movie was ahead of its time. The real world consequences. Like the death, the mom dating Leon, which I forget that actor's name. The son, the main dude. It's like, yo, if my mom's dating someone who also claims he could trade me, can you imagine how like emasculating that is for like a young black dude trying to get on the hoop court? Like you felt that tension. The flopping fish of Akron. Drink.
There's a No, I'd seen that movie too. It's a movie with Dr. J, I think.
Yeah, the fish to save
The
Pittsburgh.
fish that say Pittsburgh. Shout out to Pittsburgh.
That's what it is, I think. Okay.
Oh, crossover.
The other one also was Basketball Diaries, but it's on all the lists, so I'll mention it, but I don't really care about it.
As a Leo fan, I respect it. I do. What's the movie with it's based on Othello. I can't believe neither one of us mentioned this. Oh, which with Omar or no, I'm sorry, Omar Epps, Jesus, maybe I'm racist. Mekhi Phifer. And I feel like it's him and Julia Stiles. And it's based on Othello. Right. To me, that's a basketball movie, and it does not get talked about enough.
I saw that one on a few lists as well. It kind of like with Love and Basketball, I guess. I guess I'm being a little hypocritical because like Finding Forrester, the main kind of theme isn't basketball, but I guess just with me, the romantic side just kills the kind of the basketball side of it for me personally, right? I see it almost entirely as like a chick flick or a romance or something like that, like or Love and Basketball.
That's it. No, listen. Tell me more. That's interesting.
Movies. It just like as a basketball movie. I guess I can't see it.
Is it more tailored to Love and Basketball or the Othello like dynamic? Which one is it more tailored to?
Actually, which one do you more feel that way towards?
Well, like both. Like they're both kind of like romance, right?
I would not call. I mean, love is in the title, but romance to me is like the last thing I think. So that's why it's like an interesting topic. That's the last thing I think of when I watch Love and Basketball.
Who's the antagonist to him? Because like in Othello, it was like Iago or something like that. He was the antagonist.
It was Josh Hartnett. It was Josh Hartnett. I don't if that was the character's name, but he was like playing him behind the scenes, but acting like he was his friend. He was pulling all these strings. Yeah. So
okay.
It becomes like a drama. You know what I mean? It's hard to, I guess, say what I'm saying, but it's like whenever it starts to become like a man and a female, and like it's about their feelings and stuff, and that becomes kind of like the main thing. I'm just like, whatever, I'm out, dude. Like,
all Lakers games are chick flicks.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did that not come out in like the early 2000s or 90s when they showed the realness? Like, I appreciate that because think about how many times that's played out across the country. You got the star player, he got the hot girl, and then you got this envious dude pretending to be your friend, but the whole time he's plotting your downfall. Like, that's the realness.
That's life.
But they don't show that anymore. That's the thing. Like, they've taken the realness out of these movies and like water it down. And I just,
what's funny about you saying that? When you talk about the realness, the first person I think of is Paul George, and how the mother of his child is a woman of the night, and he offered her $1 million. She's a worker,
Yeah, she works in a gentleman's club, like upstanding gentlemen. Yeah,
right. And he offered her $1 million to get an abortion, and she didn't. And now it's like, if you ask him, it looks like they're in this beautiful, happy thing, and it's like, it doesn't get more real than that. Like navigating that situation, like he's operating as fake as you can be. I have my own opinion of Paul George. He moves funny. But it's like, that's a real life thing that happened. Like, bro, like you got to look at your child one day and say, I paid your mom. I tried to pay your mom 7 figures for you not to be here.
If we have any early 20s, mid 20s, young 20s, I'm going to say this twice. Do not enter inside of a woman that works in a gentleman's club without your raincoat. I'm gonna say it twice, okay? Just don't do it. Damn, just put the raincoat on and just make sure it's secure, bro.
Or get a vasectomy. That should be part of your training. Get a vasectomy. Who cares?
Fellas, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not on par with like investing into junk stock? Is it not?
In the moment, I would say no, it's not. It doesn't feel like junk stock.
I just feel like that's investing in the junk stock. Like, no.
Not in the moment, though. It's easy to say that now,
So I was asking about where Michael Keaton plays an NBA referee. I think it's called Dream Team. The Dream Team.
No, the
But it's
dream
not
team is when he takes a bunch of people that have mental challenges to a baseball game, and they all
okay.
get lost in the city. That's the dream team. Billy Crystal played a basketball ref in something. I feel like. Um, I see. The thing is like when I reference these, I want so badly to not look them up because there's
I love looking them up.
yeah, I know. Um,
Forget Paris.
what is that about?
An
Teen
NBA
Wolf is
referee
absolutely a basketball guy.
meets a woman in Paris. Essentially, it's like a romance, I think.
So you hate it?
I've never seen it. I don't remember it. Someone was just mentioning the Michael Keaton playing an NBA referee. Maybe he meant Billy Crystal.
I think it's yeah. I thought it was Billy Crystal. Shout out to Michael Keaton, another Pittsburgh native. Damn, because there was one. So I will say, like looking back on it and kind of reflecting on this conversation, Sunset Park still stands out to me as maybe my favorite basketball film because it's the most grounded in terms of like, here's this small school. Here's Danny DeVito's wife, who's so ill-equipped to do this job, and it's like, yo, like you felt for her, and you felt good about it because it's not like they were playing for some championship. If I remember correctly, the movie ends with them like just making it into the playoffs, and it doesn't get like it wasn't some last shot at the buzzer for them to win the big game. It was like, yo, no, this is really you don't see that very often. A real ending, a real result. And actually, as I'm thinking about it, as I'm looking through these movies, there really aren't that many other than Blue Chips, because Blue Chips does do a really good job, I feel like, of portraying like the nastiness behind the scenes. I'll never forget Nick Nolte storming into dude's house when he's at a frat party and being like, he didn't care who was around him. He was surrounded by a bunch of 7-foot black dudes, and he didn't care. Nick Nolte wanted the noise. He was like, yo, like, move out the way. Did you throw this game? And he had to shake it out of him, like in a cartoon. It was like, it doesn't, man, oh man. And then you got White Man Can't Jump, which is just funny. And it did so much just for like racial relations, and it wasn't even trying to. It wasn't intended as that. If anything, it was just to show like the hustle that it takes. And again, a real life consequence. His wife leaves, or girlfriend, whatever, she leaves him at the end. Spoiler alert. After she won all that money on Jeopardy. Like, I didn't see that coming. I was like, all right, they're going to get back together. They're going to be all right.
Damn, that's tough.
And yeah, and that's the reality. And then he gets Billy Ho gets hustled. Wesley Snipes gets hustled. They hustle each other, and then they try to hold each other accountable. Like, that's a real movie. I can't name one movie like that. Maybe even sports wise, not even just basketball, where it's like, I think they're friends in real life. Like, I didn't see the remake. I can't imagine it was any good, but I don't know. It's like you can't replace that. And that wasn't all actors. Like, it was made with heart.
Yeah, I'd probably say White Man Can't Jump's probably, if I had to pick one, is probably the one. I like the drama and the theatrics if he got game from Denzel, and of course he always fucking delivers, right? But if I had to pick one, I think having two great lead actors leading a movie, I think just probably puts it over the top, for me against He Got Game. And I always like Hoosiers, but Hoosiers just
talked about enough.
As you get older, like, does get a little kind of cheesy a little bit. Like, it's kind of so old school and G-rated, right?
Go ahead, Hoop Scott. I know you were about to say something.
No, I was going to say, where do we rank semi-pro and Just Right with Queen Latifah?
I do not rank Just Right, because even though Common's a handsome man for obvious reasons, I refuse to believe he can play basketball, and I refuse to believe he'd be attracted to Queen Latifah.
Isn't he okay?
That's no slight to Queen Latifah.
For an actor, isn't he like an okay player?
Didn't
he do like an all-star, one of those celebrity all-star games?
I mean,
and maybe
Christ,
he was
who doesn't
okay?
do those celebrity all-star games? They got
Hey, wait. If we're gonna go with that logic, then we got to put the other Michael B. Jordan. He got to be
Michael
the
B.
top one.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yo, that joke was so corny. Like that might be the worst part of Space Jam 2. Oh, here comes Michael Jordan. Oh, it's Michael B. Jordan. I'm so clever. It's like, what are we doing here? Who signed off on that?
You
You know what I
know who
mean?
signed off on that. You
Well,
know.
yeah. Oh, yeah, drink.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't
Yeah.
have to say it's obvious who signed off on that.
I'm like, yo, this is obviously it's not Michael Jordan. Like, what are we doing here? But again, how stupid do you think people are? Damn, crossover. Neither one of you mentioned, but the reason it's great is because it has hot sauce in it, and Anthony Mackie tells him good
oh
game.
yeah, the chick that lied about being pregnant.
Who?
Oh, she was the nail technician. You remember? She told what was
Also,
his name?
Brian Green. I agree. I don't think Common in that instance is going for that. Real quick before I forget. I don't think Common as an all-star basketball player is settled. I don't want to say settled, but I agree. Queen Latifah is beautiful. I don't think in that instance he's pursuing her. That didn't seem realistic.
It's got Wayne Brady.
What's that?
It's got Wayne Brady.
I didn't know
Crossover.
that.
Yeah, it got Wayne
I
Brady.
did know that.
I can't. Hey, what's the guy's name with the braids? I can't.
Hot sauce.
Was it Cruz and Tech? No, not Hot Sauce. The other guy that he was battling against because he had the motorcycle.
Noah Cruz.
Noah Cruz.
Noah Cruz.
So
that's the other they got listed.
So what happened was he took Hot Sauce's chick, but I think she was a plant because she just like pretended like she was pregnant, and then all of a sudden she was like, "No, it's Cruz's." Or whatever, Hot Sauce or whatever his name, Jules, that's his name.
Jules, you know, what creativity?
You know, to like just mess with his mind or whatever. And then Anthony Mackie rolls up on her and was like, "You a freaking nail technician. You like now he gonna be a doctor because you thought he was gonna go to the league and all that."
Yeah, how bad can it be? He's a doctor, you know.
Right. But no, awesome. To me, that's another like, you know. It gives you a story within the story of the film, if that makes sense. It's kind of like, yo, watch out for these gold diggers because they're with you because where they think you're going. But if you throw a monkey wrench and be like, hey, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a plumber. Oh, they gone. Yeah, they gone.
So that actually gives me an idea for a topic. But let me get this out here real quick. Hot Sauce has maybe the greatest line in a basketball film ever. Anthony Mackie tells him, good game. Hot Sauce is like, let me know when I have a bad one, sucker. And I'm like, oh man, like, how do you can't come back from that? How do you respond to that?
Hard. Yeah.
Bro, that's like the ultimate level of confidence. He says,
Hot Sauce was the most popular basketball player in the world for a good
let me know when
2
I have
years,
a bad one, sucker. Like, bruh.
I'm about to start saying that. Even when I have a bad game, even if I go like 0 for 8, let me know when I have a bad one. An interesting topic, even though it gets kind of chatty patty, was like, what basketball relationships do we think are legitimate? Like, which ones have staying power? It's like when KG, if I remember correctly, married his high school sweetheart. I believe, married his high school sweetheart, and you have these instances of these relationships seeming legitimate, and that's like a thing of the past too. Because I agree. I think all these people cheat on each other in the weird small circles.
Chat, take the Derek Jeter blueprint. Yep. Play on the field, play off the field.
And Alex A-Rod too.
When you hang the cleats up, then marry the woman. Because only the one that's really there for you for who you are, not what you have, is going to stick by your side. The rest of them, they're gonna pop smoke.
Did either of you actually ever see the LeBron More Than a Game documentary? I don't think I ever actually saw it.
I saw Trainwreck when he had that fake hairline. Yeah,
I might have to go back and watch it just to see how different it is now, right? Who knows? He might come off like a normal human being back then.
No, Nick, go watch Trainwreck. His acting was legit. It's just his hairline was
wasn't terrible. Listen, he wasn't bad in it. But again, I mentioned this a few episodes ago. He always manages to work in basketball to every movie, which is fine. But he also overcompensates in drink, damn it, asshole. I forgot to drink.
Okay.
In all of those movies, he's beating on somebody. And it's like, well, that's cool. You're beating on the dude from Saturday Night Live. Why am I watching this? Or in House Party, at the end of the movie, he plays the dude in basketball. What's this have to do with anything? It's just, never mind. See? Damn it. Let's keep naming movies. Worst basketball movie of all time?
Worst basketball movie.
It's got to be one. It's got to be one. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's Space
you already
Jam
have
2,
one
because
in
that's too
mind?
easy. No, I actually have to think about it, because I can't say Space Jam 2 because it's not a real movie. It's like a college film project or something. So you can't say that.
White Man Can't Jump 2. I haven't seen it, but
I haven't seen it.
It's probably a remake or something like that. Got to be, right?
It is. But you know what's funny is when I think back to O as a basketball film, those hoops are definitely not 10 feet. They're like 8.5 feet. And they're like those weird backboards that everybody hates because they don't have like the markings on them. They don't have the square. It's just a flat piece of micro board or whatever. And you know, you got Mekhi Phifer dunking on dudes, and I'm like, yo, that hoop's like 7.5 feet high.
Yeah.
I don't. Why are you know what I mean? So
or
it's
like,
almost like
Look of the Irish, right? The Disney movie with Zac Efron back in the day.
Efron. Yep.
I forgot all about Look of the Irish.
That's not a terrible movie, though. Is the thing? It's not like the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
There was another one. Oh, so Semi-Pro. Is it? It doesn't get the praise it deserves, I feel like, because it's Will Ferrell and people don't take him serious. But the single funniest movie of that film is when Andre 3000 dunks off the alley-oop for the first time. And they had never seen it before, and the ref was like, foul. No, wait. 2 fouls. And the first time I heard that, I think I might have pissed myself. I think I might have a little bit. Because, like, he didn't know what to do.
You'd have to imagine, yeah.
Yeah. It was like a caveman watching like fire or something for the first time, and his reaction was just so perfect. Yeah. And Will Ferrell as this basketball player, you know, with the fro and the headband and the Flint Tropics jersey, like that still goes hard today. I would buy one if I had an opportunity. So
yeah, and like the halftime promotions and shit like that, like the wrestling the bear. Yeah, like it's all get the funk out of my face. Yeah.
They're telling him like, yo, Jackie, that's a bear. That like you don't want to do this. And he's like sizing him up and doing all this. And it's like, yo, that man, I can't believe I forgot about Semi.
Yo, AOH, what's up, sir?
AOH, get him in here so we can talk about some Nazi propaganda film.
Should we put the link?
Yeah, do it. I'd be curious. I'm kind of burnt out on the AOH is not a Nazi. He loves all races. Let me get that out there. I'd be curious to see what people say, though, because I feel like a lot of what we've seen in the chat is people agreeing. I haven't seen, other than what Rex has posted, I haven't seen that many like differing even options. So now it's like I want to go back and look because there's obviously more, but hold on.
I was trying to get some lists and like run through them just to see if we missed anything. I feel like we mainly covered everything.
Basketball, that's not basketball.
Basketball, yeah. Do we wedge that one in somehow?
No, that's not necessary. My Giant, that was a basketball film, but it wasn't very good. That might have been the Billy Crystal confusion because that was George Mirison. Slam Dunk Ernest. Sure, why not? What do we got? You know what? I think I'm not seeing anything that's like substantial that we did not talk about, which is actually kind of cool. Get AOH in here.
I sent out the thing. He can call in,
or whoever wants to. Everyone wants to call in. What else we got? Teen Wolf we talked about, which is a great movie. Blue Chips, Hoop Dreams. We didn't really cover, but it doesn't get talked about enough.
You know what's crazy is I'm looking at Rotten Tomatoes and like their list is kind of crazy. They have the first Slam Dunk is considered #1, and it's like a manga adaptation.
Is that like those? Is that like those dudes that play basketball, but when they do it, it looks like it looks like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything's like
Was
quick action.
yeah.
Really? Okay,
They
I've
had
never
that
seen
as
that, but
number
that's
one,
interesting.
the best
It,
ever, and
it
then Hoop
really.
Dreams from 1994 is number 2.
What's the name of that first one you just said?
It's called The First Slam Dunk. Came out in 2022.
I am gonna. That's very surprising.
Yeah, and then they actually have Hustle at number 3, which is that one with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. I don't agree with that at all.
Another
I would
interesting
put
they
Uncut
one
Gems
is
before that.
they have is called High Flying Bird from 2019.
What's that?
Takes a thoughtful and engrossing look at professional sports that sees Steven Soderbergh continuing to test the limits of new filmmaking technology. A sports agent pitches a controversial business opportunity to a rookie basketball player during a lockout.
That doesn't even sound that interesting. That's
They did not do a good job of selling that movie.
no, that sounds like a Congress hearing or something. Let's see. Linsanity. Oh, that's a documentary. Linsanity. That's
The Heart of the
Actually,
Game from 2005,
who's in
filmed
that?
over a period of 7 years. Follows a university professor who coaches a basketball team comprised of high school girls. It's more like a documentary.
Yeah, a lot of these are docs.
Yeah, which I can see people really loving them depending on how they do it.
Uncle Drew. I do need to watch that because I heard there are some good parts. The Way Back.
Rise, the Giannis movie. They got it number 14.
That's about him and his brothers, right? Coming from Greece to here. Hey,
Chang Can Dunk from 2023 is number 13 on their list. It's a 16-year-old American high school student in the marching band who bets the school. I think I've seen the pieces of this. Who bets the school basketball star that he can dunk by homecoming, and he's only 5'8".
That sounds interesting, actually.
I think I've seen pieces of that before. It's kind of a Disney movie.
Call in. The one with
Johnny Tsunami. You remember Johnny Tsunami?
The cartoon?
No, it was like a Disney movie about a surfer who his family moved to Colorado, so he's trying to learn how to then snowboard. But it's I feel like it's the same thing. It's like a guy who's not supposed to dunk, learning how to dunk. You know,
that's the story of my life. Except I can't dunk.
No, I never had any vertical ability.
And I'm 6'1" and half black, so it's like I'm pissing my ancestors off.
Yeah, the Year of the Yow coming in at number 20, Linsanity number 21. It's crazy. Some of these are over like Coach Carter. You know what I mean?
Oh, you haven't even mentioned Coach Carter yet, have you? Have you?
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
Oh no, I mean within the context of that list.
Yeah.
I meant within the context of that list.
They have Coach Carter at number 22.
22?
What?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
That's blasphemy. That doesn't what? What list is this?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Wait. Where do they have Space Jam 2? I'm just looking for accuracy.
Oh, please tell me.
Oh, they got it down there. It's not that good.
Okay. Well, maybe I can somewhat understand.
They got it at 46 out of 57.
How many out of how many? It better
57.
Be 46.
Hey, AOH said he's here. Is he backstage?
I don't see anybody.
Okay. If people in the chat, if you have not seen Sixth Man, and I'm getting the idea that a lot of people have not, you are missing out on a fantastic movie. So think on that. It does not get talked about enough. Between that and Celtic Pride, those are two amazing movies that are just kind of marketed a certain way, but they're great. See it if you have not. I
don't see him backstage unless I'm missing something.
And Slam Dunk Ernest. Luck of the Irish, Crossing the Line. A season on the brink.
Luck of the Irish. So funny.
Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. Can't go wrong.
There he is. Oh, it's Dart.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm waiting on a erroneously canceled Ruby Tuesdays order that my wife placed. So I'm sitting here for an extra 10 minutes. It's great when you order food and then they say that they canceled it. And so you have to wait here instead of just ordering. I essentially ordered it here. Anyway, what about Airbud?
We mentioned
Covered it.
Airbud.
Covered it. Aren't you going to do your Michael Jordan fans are the best thing? I mean, can you even continue if you don't do that?
Michael Jordan fans are the best. Hold on, I think the
feel
lady's coming
all
out
right.
for me.
Now I'm checked in.
I put Airbud in right at 10. He deserves to be in the top 10, but it's kind of like a novelty thing.
What's your top 10 then? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All right, let me try to run them down. I'd probably go White Man Can't Jump. I'd probably go Hoosiers over He Got Game, but those are like neck and neck for 2 and 3.
Oh man.
It's almost like my childhood wanting to put Hoosiers, but my adulthood being like He Got Game's like obviously a better movie kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you could put them either one. I really like Finding Forrester, man. That one's just kind of like hits a spot for me for whatever reason. I've just always really liked that movie. If we're gonna count that as a basketball movie, I probably put that at 4. I will probably put Semi-Pro over Space Jam. Again, Space Jam to me is more like a callback. You know,
the original Space Jam.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I love Semi-Pro, dude. Semi-Pro's so funny.
It is. That's interesting. Okay.
So Semi-Pro 5. I'll go Space Jam 6. Celtic Pride, I'm going to put at 9. Airbud's at 10.
Okay.
I will go. So what does that leave me? Just 7 and 8. Air Up There is probably in there.
AOH is such a prick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I feel like I'm missing one more from my number 8. I would like. What's he saying?
This asshole. First, I want to congratulate you on the 2 views. The 2 views you got today.
Yeah, right. We'll take them. Us and our 2 viewers are hanging out.
It just caught me off guard. I'm just reading it, so as he says the shit all dry. And,
I'm gonna go Uncut Gems. I'm gonna sneak that one in there just because it gets such a emotional reaction out of me in a way. Like AOH is on now. It just the anxiety is just through the roof on that movie. So I'll give it credit for that.
Is High School Musical a basketball film? I mean, Zac Efron can ball, man. I guess.
17 Again? Is that a basketball movie?
You sure?
It's on the on the Rotten Tomatoes list.
Sure.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't see my my avatar shaking. Anyway.
Got your Ruby Tuesdays?
No, I don't. I'm waiting for it still. It was
man.
1-star experience. I'm gonna go. I already talked to the manager, so changing my name to Karen.
Karen, I was gonna make that joke. AOH basketball films, sir, that you're a fan of.
I just want to. What are you doing reading emails in the middle of your show?
Who has admin rights on this?
AOH, what's happening, sir?
Don't pretend like we're friends. This motherfucker hasn't responded to an email from me and God knows how
bullshit,
long.
Man.
I
sent you a whole story
that
earlier.
Fake guy up in the upper right corner.
Oh, yeah, we all looked at.
Oh, that's me. Wait, AOH, how's my lighting now? Be honest.
You're a hater. Oh wait.
We're all haters.
By the way, you told me that spot on the wall was the sun, and it's nighttime where you are, so I know that's not true. But actually, you just lit it up. It does. It looks better. That's a compliment. I'm saying, show the world your face. Well, I'm getting better. I'm getting a better look, and I'm changing my mind though.
No, I'm saying that. Hold on, AOH. I'm saying that because I was telling Nick I invested in this light now. So now,
oh, nice.
I got the lighting.
You got my attention when you started talking about semi-pro, and I was surprised when you said that it was hated on. Was it really? I guess it didn't do well, but I think it's like a cult classic. It's fucking incredible.
It's one of those things that got more popular like as time passed, kind of a little bit.
That poker scene, the poker table scene, the entire thing is just genius. The entire exchange and the way it's shot is genius.
Is that that the gun thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo, you're not lying.
Whatever,
And the guy who fucked someone else's wife and
is he talking about calling him a jive turkey or something like that?
Yeah.
Don't you ever call me the jive.
the Vietnam thing and the Swedish porn.
Who's the guy who does he did the ladies man on SNL? What's that guy's name?
It's Leon.
Yeah.
His name's Leon.
He's in that scene. He's hilarious all the time.
I feel like that movie.
Look at Hoops God. He can't stay present for more than 5 minutes. Come on, get your shit together.
That movie gets penalized because it's a Will Ferrell movie.
No,
people
what does that mean? People don't like Will Ferrell? Are you saying
no? They get tired of his man.
I also think the context of the Will Ferrell though is like this was when Will Ferrell was getting a little too overexposed. I think
he had 10 movies a year.
Yeah, people were like slowly starting to turn on him. I think a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I think people were like,
Nights. This was
old school
semi-pro missed though. Like he had been
Brothers.
on such a run, and I think semi-pro fell just a little short, and so I think it kind of got overhated or overlooked. But as time went on, people were like, "This is still a funny ass movie," you know.
You're right. Looking back on it, I have more of an appreciation for it now versus like the other guys, which is kind of funny here and there. But semi-pro. I mean, yeah, it's up there. I need to give it its due, for sure.
Steam Engine, you mentioned one of the best scenes when they saw the alley-oop for the first time, and he can't even blow the whistle. It's like
I fell.
But you said that's who? That's 3000.
Yeah, from Outkast.
From Outkast.
That's the rapper that Uncommon was just talking about.
Okay, catch me up. I'm not sure.
He mentioned he tried to he was doing a looking back at 90s movies and music and whatever, and he was talking about how somebody 3000's flow just you had if it didn't come from him it wouldn't work. And I had to admit I was like, I don't know who he means.
So
but
Andre
3000. It was somebody 3000. Andre 3000.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
that's
part of Outkast.
You have one black guy on the show and he's not saying anything. You don't know who he is? Are you not legitimate?
Hoops God, you better defend me.
Key and Peele have that skit about them.
Exactly.
Do it for Wakanda, bro. Come on.
You said 3 Stacks. I know him from AT Aliens. I know him from all of that. I know who 3 Stacks is.
And you're not 60 like AOH. So you know.
Why are you so quiet, man?
No. I was waiting. I was going to say that I was not going to pour up an adult beverage on film because I don't want to get the platform ding. So that's why. Go ahead.
Listen, Hoops God, what are you doing Friday morning? Because I've got a topic right up your alley. You're all invited, but this is particularly up old school.
I'm not doing that.
Friday morning? Yeah, I don't have anything going on. What's the topic?
I want to know. Don't you motherfuckers ever take this topic? I want to know how far the Cavaliers could have gone if Michael Jordan hadn't shit on them.
Oh.
Matter of fact, no, AOH. I'm gonna get a new email because I'm seeing that a lot of my other information is like I'm getting a lag.
Oh my God, that's an elaborate excuse for how you've been blowing me off.
No. I'm getting a whole new email because I'm gonna make it just strictly sports. This is my sports.
You don't got to defend you. You don't got to say shit to him.
How are you trying to pretend you are?
Theme. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm ignoring them because I'm like. My phone, I literally got like 24,000 messages because I just, I don't delete stuff. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna just get a whole new email. I'm gonna use that.
This dude is popular. Tell us how cool you are, LeBron.
20. Oh, drink.
No, I think the Cavaliers team could have. I believe they could have. Without Michael Jordan, I believe they could have got a championship possibly before the other guy.
Well, let's not spoil too much of it. I'll do some research. Speam, you'll be pretending to be at work. Nick, what will you be doing?
I will be. What time are you going to do it?
I'm going to do it at, well, I would like to do it at 9 Pacific.
So that is 11 Central?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 11 on my.
I get off at noon on Fridays. Maybe I can be a little late.
You know what? I could start it at 10. I try and catch some of the commuters here that are stuck in traffic, but I have no idea.
I'll just jump on right after work, driving home.
I'm good to go at that time. That's perfect for me.
Hey, you guys want jogging middle of traffic, bothering people?
I'm gonna get in a wreck live on air.
Right, all these wrecks. Well, what happened? There's this dude out there with
Afro
yelling at people in the middle of the street.
So we're talking. All right. So we decided. Why did I start hearing an echo now?
Someone's got an echo.
Who's playing it?
Is it me? I just got in the car.
Art is the guilty party.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Isn't
bad.
that the admin? Not the admin.
Yep, it's
Turn it off. How long does it take for you to correct?
That's the AOH shirt. Turn it off.
Hey, Jared K in the comment. We can't hate on 6 finals losses, okay? Please stop reaching.
Why do you even respond to that bullshit?
No,
I was gonna say I'm looking at the Redeem team, Doc. Why the fuck is LeBron on the cover?
Wait, they don't have Kobe on the cover?
I've seen a few different ones. I usually see Kobe, but maybe.
I was about to say.
I've seen several. Like if you look at the one on Netflix, LeBron's on the cover, front and center.
Coach K clearly
drink
on multiple times. That Kobe was alpha of that team.
Hey, Nick has to go soon. Did we decide on noon Central?
Yeah,
I can hop on.
Yeah, that's perfect for me.
All right, I'll send out the invite, and you can ignore it as usual, Hoops God.
No, sir. I'm definitely going to send my new email. I'm just going to get one.
You don't got to tell me your life story, bro. It's cool.
No, I'm being genuine, sir.
Damn, I had a point.
All right, Dart, you're back.
Did you see? Respond to my email because I don't want to. I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. But that topic that I sent you, give it a week and a half. See what happens with Bronny James. And see what happens when they start losing. Actually, screw it. I'll talk it. I don't care if people talk about it. Just to switch gears. When they're a fringe playoff team and Bronny's still on that roster and they need help, what are you going to do with Bronny then, Mr. Guaranteed Contract? And you're a bubble. Oh, listen. If I live long enough to see that, because AOH is going to give me a heart attack.
No, if he trades, I may change my stance.
I might be a fan. Trades his son.
Hey, real fast, because we got half the people that do the Sunday show here, and I haven't talked to anybody because I've been working 14 to 16-hour days.
Yeah, we're all working.
I am crying about it. What y'all want to do is the NBA have a marketing problem on Sunday? Essentially, are they going to have somebody like LeBron in the near term is really the point in respect to the media attention for an individual player?
I almost fell asleep while you were saying it. So, yeah, that'd be a fucking great one.
Well,
that'd be a great one.
And you go to sleep at 6 o'clock every day.
After the early
play the lottery.
I would rather watch paint dry, but yeah, that would be a great topic because we're not going to see another individual like that.
That's what I was gonna say. That it's not built for one individual. They do have a marketing problem because how it's currently constructed, they put all their money into that idiot.
Hey, but wait, Spin. Spin. Let's be honest. Who was really the superstar in the Olympics? Let's be honest.
Steph.
The global impact. It was Steph Curry. When Steph Curry did the night, I'm serious. All those foreign kids are going to be – nobody's going to be out there chasing no empty triple-doubles. All those kids are going to be doing the night. They're going to be doing the night.
Putting a dog up on your screen, is low-hanging fruit to get fans, bro. Putting a dog on – because I got 3 dogs upstairs. I can do the exact same bullshit. This is getting out of hand.
Hey, I'm not doing the peanut butter on screen at least.
Well, listen, you put little sunglasses on him. You're screwing up his perspective. He has no idea what's going on. And
my girlfriend did it. Blame her. Oh, now you're hating on my girlfriend.
I'm not hating on your girlfriend. It has nothing to do with her.
Yeah, it's definitely hate because she's not even white. So clearly, this is hate.
Oh, yo, we just became best friends, sir. Because your kids are gonna look just like me. So congratulations.
I was saying something as a response to something interesting someone else on the panel said. I don't remember who it was, but by default, it wasn't you because it was interesting.
Go ahead.
And you had to blabber about the dog who wasn't causing any harm.
Then why'd you put the dog on the screen, bro?
Because my girlfriend handed the cute, wonderful dog to me. Who here had to bitch about the dog except for you?
2024 mansplaining shit. We're losing steam. Can someone else call in? Oh, losing steam.
I was about to say I actually have to go.
losing steam. That's yep. That's happening.
Dart's on his admin, but I gotta go. I gotta drop out.
Did you guys?
I'm not on the admin. I'm on a guest account. I also
awkward closing. Awkward closing. AOH, you left me the other day with that sad dude. I didn't appreciate that.
What?
No disrespect to Michael, that sad guy that was living that was on the run, hiding his identity and stuff, living in the hotel. You left me with him, and you put that dude in a position where he had to close, and that wasn't fair to him.
It didn't even happen. So, okay.
Yeah, good comeback. Thank you.
All right, we want to close in
and close this. Awkward.
No, I have a question.
Ending.
Where did Blue Chips fall in your list?
Didn't make my top 10 for me.
It's in my top 10.
And was He Got Game really that good, or did you just like Denzel Washington?
It is that good. I do think it's that good.
As a basketball movie, I like the what's the word? I guess I like the dichotomy of like Ray Allen and Denzel.
Spell that
like
for the
coming up and his dad and stuff like that. I just like that. I'm sure a lot of guys can identify like with basketball and their dad, right? I'm not saying it happened like that in the movie, but yeah, Denzel was awesome. Ray Allen was subpar, but it was a good movie.
Uncut Gems AOH was the other one that we all kind of agreed on. That
I heard
like
you.
This intense movie.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Like, were you guys enthralled by the acting, or was it a good basketball movie?
I thought it was a comedy at first. I didn't. I thought it was so over the top dramatic. I thought it was funny. I had to watch it again to understand that it was supposed to be serious.
I was getting depressed in the first few minutes. So yeah.
I really believe Kobe would have did a better job. He would have took it more serious.
I know we got to go. Did Kobe act in anything?
He played. I think he showed up on Brandy.
He was in Brandy,
and he was in a music video.
He was in music video.
Go check out the music video. I think it's with Carl Thomas. He had like where he spit a little flow. I was like, okay, Kobe got bars. He sound better than Shaq.
He can't rap to save his life. That was part of his rebranding after he got caught cheating.
Wait a minute. Wait, that was before Colorado. He had the fro in the video.
Oh, you're right.
Apparently he was in Daddy's Home. Do y'all remember that?
With Mark Wahlberg. Oh, and semi-pro. Kobe was in that.
Really?
I forgot about that.
I did not. I didn't even
know. He's got a credit for it. I don't know exactly what that means, but I was assuming he made an appearance in it.
What's up, Autism Boy?
Love and Basketball. Kobe uncredited. I don't know what that means. And
he probably was playing basketball there.
He was probably a player.
Yeah, something in the background or something.
Wow, so KG has a couple roles then, which is impressive.
Did he not cuss in any of them? Is he capable of not cussing? Was he cursing through all of his
he cursed in all of them, yeah.
Of course.
I don't know, man. Him and sports and fitness go to the same cocaine guy, I think.
Yeah,
he cursed. Fitness doesn't curse.
You know what? Actually, props to him. He does not curse. As much as he yells, he does not curse.
And feels like he does, but he doesn't. Yeah.
That's self-control. I know we got to go. I'd like to think who did the most films as an NBA player.
Say it again.
Bean, can you tell them about the shirt you made for Robin?
Oh, yeah. I know. I'll send it to you guys. It's the play on him calling people goofs all the time. He needs to brand that before somebody else does.
Can you explain the shirt?
I don't even remember what it says. I know your shirt just says George Mikan a bunch of times.
No, so Speed made this this shirt for Robin, and it says it's all about honor and integrity. You goof.
Yeah, he stands on that. All right, Nick's got to go. he's Let's respect his time. AOH.
Well, I mean,
Be
if anyone
respectful
else
of
can
other
be
people's
admin
time.
and close the stream, that's all you need.
Huh?
As far as I know, I think it's just you.
Okay, all right.
Which I'm fine with because I've been ready to go
I'm
since
not on my
AOH got
admin.
here.
I'm on the road, so and I got to go to
Okay.
work.
All right, and one more question. Did I ever release my Coach Carter parody?
No.
No.
Okay. I may not have even finished it, but I was just like, LeBron James and Coach Carter could never have been together. Like it's like a movie making fun of people that behave like LeBron James. You know, the scene where he gets down and he pumps his chest because he can tie his shoe and all that, and he's talking about stop over celebrating everything you do. You know, you're here to win and do a job. And he put them all in their place. And I'm like, wow, can LeBron James fans even understand why Coach Carter was a great coach, or would they just be like thinking, what an asshole?
Oh, no.
He's too tough on them.
No. It's about Coach Carter. Like, they would all be running about this.
Thank you. This is what I'm saying.
Did you put blackface on for that parody, AOH?
Huh?
This is a safe space. Did you put blackface on and act like you're Coach Carter? Because you can't wear an afro and be white. We talked about that.
Spain. They last with they wouldn't even last with him. Just saying, that's man. Those dudes wouldn't last with neither one of those coaches.
Soft. End it. Somebody end it, please.
All right. Are we gonna end it or what?
Listen, I can I'm trying to be respectful of your time because you have to go. But
hand it over. I mean, if you want, but we'll probably end in 5 to 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
You gotta go.
Nobody else called in, and yeah.
All right. So, any last words?
I mean, the best part of the show is clearly the end.
Chat, catch us all Friday. We will be on AOH.
All right, we'll see, Hater. We'll see if you show up.
Real face of the league.
All right. Bye, everybody.